Get ready, you're about to watch us recreate the world's largest geode. So before we jump into showing you how we created this beast, comment below, let us know how good we did at mimicking the OG world's largest geode. We've used so many different products of ours to create this piece. This thing started out as a big old block of styrofoam. We cut this thing, we carved it, we made it look like the geode that we were replicating. And then we took our patcher paste, pigmented it black with our epoxy pigments, and used fiberglass mesh, wrapped this whole thing, encased it so we could get it really structurally sound and strong. And then we took our concrete overlay, applied that to everything, sanded it, scuffed it up, and then we applied our stain, rubbed it in really good, gave it that like antique rock look. And then we jumped back to patcher paste, didn't pigment it, kept it the natural color that it is. We did the whole border in that, so it looked like kind of a hard shell that you cut open. Next thing we did is we set the crystals in place, and then we added all of the turquoise glass, locked that in with our epoxy resin. And to finish this thing off, we took our matte urethane product and all the leftover pieces from the glass, the really fine sparkling powder, put the urethane all over this edge, and then sprinkled that fine glass powder in there to give it a little bit of a pop. So with that being said, let's go carve some foam. So the first step, guys, is we need a bunch of foam. We're using the Artec insulation foam. It's 2 inches thick. This is a lot easier to carve like we're gonna than that pink hard foam board. And then we're gonna be gluing together with just the spray foam, simple spray foam. So last step of this process, guys, is we want to put weight on this because this foam does expand, and we want to minimize that until it dries. So we're going to put a bunch of weight on here, let this sit overnight, and then we'll start carving it out. So we got the shape we wanted. We got the inside dug out a lot. We used that rasp to really fine tune the outside edges after using the chainsaw. So we got the shape we want. So the next step is gonna be mixing up resin. We're gonna be soaking fiberglass mesh into it, and then we're gonna be wrapping this whole thing in fiberglass mesh to give it strength, durability. That way it's not so brittle. We're gonna be using our metallic epoxy, black pigment. We're gonna pigment this black just to get rid of that white color. Probably won't get rid of all of it, but it'll tone down that white because again, we're doing concrete overlay on the back. We're gonna be doing reflective fiberglass or acrylic stones to fill up the whole inside. Theoretically, won't see any of the mesh, but we just wanna pigment that resin just in case. So what we did is we kind of just flattened off that edge. We wanted to get this edge with those flat pieces so it looks like this thing was split open and it has those flat edges. So what we'll do now is we'll pull the tape really carefully, try not to drip this stuff everywhere, and it should create a nice little flat edge that has a lip on it.
So we taped off the face of the agate where all the rock's gonna be, and then the outside is just gonna be our overlay. So we're gonna get that overlay mixed up, and we're gonna be just dumping it across the top, just making it look like a natural piece of rock.